Today I'll explain all the skills you need to become a successful management consultant. This will be a detailed guideline, so get your pen and paper ready and we'll start in a second. For those new to our channel, my name is Deniz and I've spent 4 years at BCG, and during that time my performance was evaluated every 6 months. These discussions were crucial to understanding my strengths and areas for improvement. BCG and other consulting firms have a very structured way of assessing their consultants, and I'm excited to share my experience and give you some insights today. I've also spoken with a couple of colleagues from Bain and McKinsey so that we can bring you something more comprehensive today. But before we begin, I should emphasize that the skills we're going to cover today are more applicable for entry-level and post-MBA roles. As a consultant advances to project leader and above, the requirements will change slightly. A successful consultant must excel at 5 skills: problem solving and insight, communication and presence, practicality and effectiveness, client interaction, and finally, team contribution. Based on my experience, the first 3 skills are a little bit more important when consulting companies hire or evaluate consultants' performance. The first key skill that a consultant must excel at is problem solving and insight. Let's break it down into 4 key pillars. First, consultants must show that they can frame and structure their issues. This means that you need to demonstrate an understanding of the client's overall problem and the analytical steps required to solve it. You'll also need to identify key issues and linkages, scope modules, and prioritize your analysis through a hypothesis-driven approach. Second, MBB expects consultants to leverage company knowledge. As a consultant, you have access to internal resources, such as previous project documents and experts in the field. It's expected that you're aware of and make use of them from day one. Third, high-performing consultants ensure high-quality analysis. In a project setting, you should identify and collect relevant data efficiently. Especially collecting data from clients and experts is not always straightforward, so you're expected to be persistent and determined in this process. When required, you also need to show that you can conduct complex quantitative and qualitative analysis independently. You should also apply a reality check to your analysis as you do a project. Lastly, MBB are looking for consultants who are pushing for insights. As a consultant, you must generate insights from your analysis, go beyond obvious, identify their implications. You should always translate the output of your analysis into practical recommendations. Before we continue, I want to take this moment to tell you that we put a lot of work to prepare this video for you. It would mean a lot to me if you could help our channel to grow by subscribing to our channel and liking this video. Thank you so much, and let's get back to our video. Moving on to the second key skill set required to be a successful management consultant: communication and presence. This includes both verbal and written communication skills. Starting with the verbal, you'll work with senior clients. As a consultant, you should be able to engage the audience, display confidence, and show a strong presence. You're also expected to persuade others based on the facts and manage conversations effectively. Personally, I found this challenging during my internship at Carney when I was only 19 years old at the time. But as I did more and more projects later on, my confidence definitely increased. Let's not forget, being an effective communicator also means that you should actively listen to others and value their views. This is another area junior consultants often struggle with it at first. I remember when I first started at BCG, I used to have this tendency to cut my partners and project leaders' words in meetings to contribute to the discussion, which is not always the best practice. Written communication is more straightforward. Consultants are expected to use concise and effective language in their PowerPoint slides, emails, other documents, as well as construct logical storylines with the help of their managers. The third key requirement is practicality and effectiveness. This means that you should be able to prioritize your work effectively, demonstrate adaptability, quickly draft relevant and high-quality output, as well as iterate effectively so that you can get it to the client with a high quality. MBB charge thousands of dollars per consultant per day, and the clients want to see the final outputs as quickly as possible, so you have to work fast accordingly. Lastly, to make sure that your work is sustainable and implementable, you should also be able to effectively transfer your capabilities to the client teams. All right, let's talk about our fourth key requirement, good client interaction skills. As a consultant, you'll need to understand your client's organizational dynamics and be able to adapt your language and behavior accordingly. After all, you're representing top firms like BCG and McKinsey, and it's important to gain respect from everyone on the client's team and set their expectations. And I would say, even if you're a junior hire, you're likely that you're going to have a client counterpart, so it's essential to manage the client and their processes effectively. Now let's talk about teamwork. As a consultant, you'll work in teams, so it's vital to show strong team contribution. This means that you should be able to work independently, but also ask for help when needed. You'll need to take on challenges willingly and engage with your team beyond your specific role, helping your colleagues out whenever possible, so flexibility will be key. And there you have it. Those are the skills you'll need to succeed in consulting. If you made it to the end, congratulations, and I hope that you found this video helpful. If you want to learn more about consulting and how to prepare for your interviews, head over to our website prepmatter.com, and I'll see you in the next video.